Modals are all around us. Errors, logins, inputs. Pretty much anytime you want to ensure a user focuses on a particular piece of content, a modal is the standard. Today we're building a perfectly centered, state-driven modal. We're going to build the UI, wire it up to the open and close logic, and most importantly, tie it directly to our database, so the screens update immediately without ever refreshing the page. So grab a coffee, open your editor, and let's dive in. Not all modals are built equally. Sometimes you find clunky page reloads, sometimes it's worse, the dreaded default browser prompt. It works, sure, but it completely pulls the user out of their workflow. If you want your apps to feel professional, if you want to actually bring them to life, you need to keep the user in the zone. First off, the structure. A modal isn't actually a pop-up. It's a hidden div that, when activated, pops up and sits on top of everything else. The real secret to a premium modal is the overlay. By giving the background a dark, semi-transparent color, we are literally dimming the rest of the app. Psychologically, this forces the user's brain to focus entirely on the task at hand. To get that perfect center, we just use flexbox on the overlay wrapper, align items to the center, justify the content, and boom, it'll stay perfectly in the middle, no matter what size screen you're on. But here is a real-world gotcha. When you build custom UIs, sometimes the browser's default styling fights back. Look at this date input. Chrome automatically injects a calendar icon over our required star. Instead of fighting the icon, we just add a little bumper. Increasing the right padding on the input box, we force the calendar icon to step away from the edge, leaving everything spaced perfectly apart. Now for the fun part, making it work. Opening the modal is as simple as grabbing the button and changing the display from none to flex. Closing it is also just as simple, just change it back to none. But here we have a massive pro tip that separates amateur apps from professional ones. If a user types something, changes their mind, and hits cancel, by default that text stays. Next time they open it, they have to delete all their old work, and we can easily fix this by actively clearing out the input values inside our cancel function. It's a tiny detail, but your users will love you for it. But wait, the date didn't clear. If you ever have a button that just doesn't work, check your console. See this little null error? That means our JavaScript crashed because it couldn't find the HTML ID. We have a typo. Once you fix the ghost ID, the script runs perfectly. But let's take it one step further. Instead of resetting the date field to blank, let's use JavaScript to grab today's date and inject it automatically. Saves the user a click and makes your app feel smart. And one last, easily forgotten but incredibly important aspect of a modal is actually a way to close the window. Always map your buttons. Grabbing the text from the inputs isn't the hard part. The real magic is knowing what to do with it once you have it. Inside our save function, we grab all the text the user just typed. We do a quick check to make sure they didn't leave anything blank, and then we package it all up into a nice clean JavaScript object. Now here's the secret to a snappy UI. We don't try to manually create HTML lists and force them onto the screen. We push this new object directly into our database array. The array is our single source of truth. We wrote a function that draws the screen based on that array. All we have to do is tell that function to run it again. The data updates and the UI instantly redraws itself to match. Now to wrap this up, let's add a little polish. When they hit save, we disable the button to prevent any accidental double clicks. We show a quick success message. 2 seconds later, the modal gradually closes itself. Look at how satisfying that is. No reloads, no jank, just a clean, state-driven UI that feels completely alive. Now make sure to tune in for next time. We're taking this to the next level by building the actual math engine to make this global timer tick. If there's any other topics that you'd like to see me cover, leave a suggestion down in the comments. If this video helped you build better UI, please hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Keep building, and I'll see you next time.